Hello, this is Joel Wortman from Hello, this is Joel Wortman from Beck Studios, and today we're going to be putting together a simple Photoshop ribbon. Um, I hope to do some more in the future, but this is just a simple introduction one I want to do, something very simple, and just try to do some high quality looking ribbon. So go ahead and we're going to start this. Okay, so go ahead and open up Photoshop, start a new document. We can do it around this. I'm going to do maybe 1000 by 800. Hit F to maximize it. Go over here and we'll grab the rectangle tool and we'll draw a big rectangle up about that big. This will be our main box. Go ahead and change the color. Do kind of a nice blue. Okay. Now we'll create another rectangle about right there. We'll make this one nice bright red, and we'll tweak that later. We'll call that top ribbon. And then we'll create another shape right about here. Call this bottom ribbon. And then we'll drag that one down to the bottom of the stack. And then you'll go Control T, rotate it about 45 degrees. If you use the Shift key, it'll lock at different degree intervals. I'm going to do that 45 degrees. I'm going to zoom in here and then position it nicely in the corner. Hit V to grab the selector and then just position it right nicely there. Get this little dark color. Okay. So that would be your very basic ribbon. But if you want to give a little more taste, we can do some other fun stuff. So we'll go ahead and start out with the top. Grab this and go up here and grab the pen tool. Oops. Add anchor point tool. Grab the top one. We have one right about here. Then we grab this down again and grab the delete. We'll delete this corner one. Then we'll have to convert that one back to a straight line. There we go. Grab the bottom ribbon and we'll just take that point there and move it out of the way. It's not visible anymore. So now we get a little more rounded edge. And then we'll take now to really start selling the effect, we're going to grab the main box, go ahead and add a drop shadow. We can do a spread size. And you can play with those values as much as you like to get the correct effect you want. But we can bring this around like this. Give you like maybe a bevel. Get really small. Very light. It's okay. So now we have a nice little drop shadow effect to give it kind of 3D feel. Then we go to the top ribbon, add a very similar thing, drop shadow. This a little bigger. And something really cool I just learned, go to the blending modes default options up here. If you click layer mask hides effect, if you click that and say OK, and then you could add a mask. Go ahead, grab your brush, make it a little smaller. Use the those are side slash, not sorry, those are the bracket keys. Up and down will change the size of your brush. We'll make that a black brush by switching it to X. You come back right here and very carefully come back around. And like anything else, using more and more time refining stuff like that. And there's the difference. And you could really, like I said, you could really tweak with this, refine it quite a bit. The next step we'll go ahead and grab that back layer, add a gradient overlay. We're going to play with the color right now. Well, first we'll play with the angle. So we want the little black a little higher up. There we go. Kind of as if it was a shadow. And we can actually just change this to multiply and lower that down quite a bit. And scale maybe. Oops. Try to give a little bit of contrast between those layers. You can, and like I said, you could play with these for a long time, tweaking them and really refining this kind of stuff. A lot of it comes down to just personal preference, and maybe we'll change this to soft light or something like that. Yeah, there we go. Switch the angle just a bit more. And there we go. And then on the top layer, I'm actually going to add a little bit more of a gradient overlay as well. A gradient overlay. We'll do soft light. And I'm going to do just a little bit of contrast right there. Okay. Alright, so now it's looking pretty good. Now for some little extra touches we can do. One I found was pretty efficient. If you go here and add a new layer, filter, render, clouds. I'll go ahead and filter and blur, Gaussian blur. 40 will be good. And then if you go filter, distort, glass, bring the scaling as far down as you can go, smoothness down to 0, and distortion high. Hit OK. Okay. Hit Control T, and we're going to scale this around to have the same size, just about, of that. Okay, put it right over there. Perfect. Now, we'll turn that off for now because we're going to do some more stuff with that. But first, we can do, now one habit I like to do is keep any type of vector stuff that's original, and I like to duplicate layers and then turn off the old layers if I feel like I'm going to have to go back to it. It's just one of those practices I use. Sometimes I don't use it. Depends on the feel of what I'm doing. In this case, I will just for the practice of it. So I'm going to go ahead into this top layer, and then I'm going to right. Now, one of the tricky things with these is that when you rasterize a layer, it keeps the layer styles active. So in this case, I think that's fine. So we're going to rasterize the layer. Then we'll go up here and filter, distort, wave, and let's see, we'll do the number of generators down to 1, amplitude, way down, max down, we'll increase this wavelength, something like that. Right there. And that's something, like I said, it's very small, the preview window. I wish they would do it in the full sized window, but just gotta use the little one. Hit OK, and so we get that. So you can see there's a little bit of tweaking we need to do. So grab that, bring it down a bit, grab our other layer, bring that down a bit so it matches. There we go. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take the, if you click Command, you hold down Command or Control and click on the little gray area right here, and then go up here to the other one, and we'll hit Shift, Command, and then click on it, and it'll, should add, let's see what's wrong there. Oh, it's because it saved the mask over. Okay, we'll go ahead and do this. Undo that. Command, there we go. And then do Shift, Control, Command on the lower one. And now, so we've done, we selected all these. So we go to that top layer, that little like distortion layer I created with the clouds and that, and we're going to hit the mask key. Accidentally push that a little bit. Nudge outline. Gotta set that again and hit the mask button, and there we go. And we can bring that down a little bit. Let's just go back a little bit. It was outside of my segment, so I'm just gonna turn that back on. Drag it down right there, and then reselect the command, the 2 ribbons layers. Shift, Command, Shift, Control, and there we go. Just like that one again, and hit the mask tool. And as you can see now, it's turned off. And we'll go ahead and switch this over to, let's try soft light. Not liking that too much. We'll try hard light. There we go. It's a little bit better. Now, this is trying to add a little bit of texture to it, like a little bit of a weave, some kind of grain. It's totally a personal preference if you'd want to use it or not, but I figure it's cool to see what you can do with some of the just inside Photoshop. There we go. That's more what I'm looking at. Bring opacity down a bit. Then we'll go ahead and pull the rest of that one. Click that. And then I can do Option. So I do Control, Command, Option, click. It will extract that one. Go up here, grab the brush, switch that over, and then I can just erase out a little bit that was left over. So that's going to be Command, Option, so Control, Option, click it, and you'll see the little minus sign up, and it'll remove that selection. Deselect everything. There we go. So you can see that's coming along. A little bit of texture to it. The other thing I like doing is I'll come up here. I will grab that, start a new layer, add a mask to it right away, grab the brush tool, now you can find these anywhere, just look for some grunge brushes, found some ones I like, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little grunge. So start with the big one, I'm going to switch this over to soft light, and really bring that opacity down to like 18%. Control J, duplicate that, erase what I had there before, brush again, and we're just going to bring down the brush size so that it's using the same exact texture. We're just going to use a little different spot. Do a little bit right there. Let me actually bring that one's opacity up just a bit. You could even do a reverse color, say like a white, and that will add some little highlights, like if it was dirt or something like that. In this case, I don't really like that too much. I was just stick with the black. Maybe grab a bit of a, let's see, got some splatters here. Let's see what we got here. This looks kind of cool. So go ahead and click that. As you see, when it's big, it add a little bit of those lines, but we'll turn that off and bring this a little smaller. Kind of like that, just a little bit. And maybe have one more little bit of noise. It's about decent size. There, and then up there. And there we go. And then you can, like I said, any of these settings you can play with, spend a lot of time playing with them to get a little bit different effects. But with that, you get a very nice ribbon effect. You can really stylize, darken. You can even, if you go back farther, you can go back where I added the point, make this more a ribbon shape. You could use a mask and tatter this up if you wanted to. Go back here, take this ribbon, get a brush. I'll just do a quick example. If I turn this up to 100%, it went bloop. You get like that. If you used a better effect, you could use a tear effect. But this is just a nice way of doing it. You can add, if you want to make, say, the darker side, one way I found pretty efficient, if you go back to here, add a brightness and contrast, you get a clip mask, bring the brightness way down. Turn that back on, brightness way down. Oh, the reason that wasn't affecting that, if I turn this back to clip mask, it was that thing I was telling you about. The layer held on to its styling mode. So if you go back, you can do all in that styling manually too if you wanted to. If you take those two, add a blank layer, merge layers, oops, merge the two. Let's see where that merge. Oh, release clip mask. Merge the layers, and now that brightness and contrast is on it. So if you want to tweak with that a little bit, if you want to make one side a little darker, go ahead and grab the brush again. We'll make it like to a standard brush. So if you want like a little bit of shading, so let's say I want this to look a little darker right here, push that over and make that a little less. There. Something like that, and then turn that off and on. And so you can really give it a little bit of that 3D look, even though it's only a 2D layer. And that does it. That's about does it. If you have any questions, go ahead and email at info@fxstudios.com. You can check us out on Facebook. Here's the Facebook page. Do some 3D work. Hoping to do some tutorials on HTML5 and CSS3. But this is just a quick little one for some fun. And you have a great day. Thank you very much.